Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have now another video here, this time doing the programming on Uber. So I'm going to use this for recording just a separate video, how to program a key or add a key on a 2003 for F150 Supercharge. This is the Harley-Davidson edition. Again, we have this full video of the um, PCM repair and the instrument cluster. I'm going to just select with the full probe everything that I need here for the computer to run, or at least run for a little bit, because obviously I'm not going to run it for longer. But I change this to 51 for those that has been found. This is just a CKP CMP correlation signal, and I use a escape B6 for the full probe. Again, this is very only for what I'm using in here. Then I can turn this on, and then when I put this in here, we can see that the computer is running indeed. We have coils, we have injectors, everything is working as it should. All right, so this is just going to be there for me to prove that every time or after I program, this new uncut key is going to work properly. All right, so for this, I'm going to do auto scan. I'm using the TOPDON Phoenix MAX for doing the key programming. And this is probably the first time I ever do use the TOPDON for this, so it's going to be a good test to see if we can add a key with the TOPDON. I know for a fact with all the scanners, you have to wait the 10 minutes. There's only a few there, like I think X-Tool, that bypasses that. I don't know how they do it, because I mean, I'm not going to buy just a scanner just for that. But yeah, that's very handy. You don't have to wait 10 minutes to program a key. Very ridiculous thing to happen, but I guess it's some way to protect. I mean, if you have a tool that you can program a key, you have the key cut and everything. I think it's already past the time that you can save that vehicle from being stolen. You know what I mean? Because let's say if a thief has a chance to cut the key to correct and go and do the programming on the car, um, is capable enough to just, I mean, if a cop is stopped, it's like, yeah, is this your car? Yeah, I'm just doing a program. I'm doing, adding a key. What is the cop going to say? Okay, give me your driver license or something. So no. All right, but okay, so let's go in here. We're going to go over to the instrument cluster. That's where the anti-theft portion on these vehicles is located. We don't need to do any parameter reset or anything. We just got to go over to special functions and then grant the 10 minutes, which is okay. Maximum of keys that can be programmed is 8. Minimum keys requires for a key raise is 2. All right, so in this case, I'm going to try to add a key. Okay, so this is going to start, so I'm going to stop the video. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we have the security access granted. Again, 10 minutes. All right, let's click OK. We're going to program additional ignition keys. So yeah, let's try this. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to wait for 10 minutes and then erase the keys and program the two keys. I have two keys, so no problem. But let's see if we can add an ignition key. There should be now be an unprogrammed passive anti-theft system key in the ignition. Turning off the ignition could result in a loss of security access. In our case, it's not a problem. So let's say that we have an unprogrammed key installed here, right? So again, cut original Harley-Davidson key, uncut key in there. If the security key is out, this process does not erase any existing keys, and we know that because we have a sealed key there. So, all right, so let's click OK. Place an unprogrammed key into the ignition. Turn the key into the on position. Well, we have to have it on, right? Well, the light went off. One thing that I went and see while I did that, the theft light came on and then went back to off. Still in diag. Do you want to program another key? No. Do you want to return to the path function? Yes or no. This can, if I say no, turn off the ignition, disconnect the DLC from the diagnosis, cycle the key in the ignition to run and confirm the vehicle starts. Okay, so we're going to turn the ignition off. All right, so we're going to click OK in here. We're going to do as requested to disconnect the scanner from the DLC. So let's say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we'll know that by looking at there. So turning the ignition back on. And it looks like it is programmed. So I don't have to do anything else because that is the uncut key. And let's prove that now by turning the ignition on in here and setting this to run. And as we can see here, we do have ignition, we got injectors working, we got coils working, everything is working 100%. All right, so I'm going to prove for everybody and for Uber that, okay, I'm going to set the ignition off. I want to show that the key that is here is the uncut key. I'm going to put it right in the top of the computer. Now I'm going to set the original Harley-Davidson key here. Again, I'm just going to turn the ignition back on. We're going to have a cycle of the needles and then the tail light should go off. I didn't see the cycle of the needles, but well, let's run it. Oh yeah, it didn't happen. You know why? Because I just did ignition. Now the first one I disconnected the battery. All right, so one more time in here. Let's try to run this. Yeah, we got everything working really good. As we can see, we have RPM, we have injectors, and we have coils all working good. Both keys are working, both keys are programmed. So we can just to show everything that I always, because this is a company and this is for a customer that is paying for the service. So I'm going to reconnect the scanner. So we're going to gain quick access. Again, this was pretty easy. So if you have a program here and you want to just add a key, this is exactly what you need to do. You don't have to do any reset. You don't have to do anything. It's, as you can see, with TOPDON Phoenix MAX on the wing, not a problem at all. Now we're gonna go straight to the cluster. We don't really need to check anything else. We now know that this is all in working order and everything is good. I just want to show that we have indeed two key program, even though we already know that by just using the two keys. Again, this is for the customer and to prove that everything is working good. You can see, you all can see the VIN number in here. I know it's a little changes in lightning. This is very bright scanner, but you can see the VIN number in there. That's his VIN number. All right, let's read the data stream. And we're gonna master key present. I'm gonna select in normal pits than I always do. I think those are, I think that's it, right? Oh, look, yes, and you know why? Yeah, now I remember this. Uh, he had before two keys a store. Now he has three. So this is actually perfect because now I can prove that I actually indeed add a key. I didn't erase the keys, I add a key. So this is now perfect. All is good. Vehicles. Oh yeah, I selected the wrong one. So let me go back because this is the vehicle security access is this one. Vehicle enabled status. This is when you're doing the programming, you're going to get this vehicle security access. We're not doing any on the pad, so it should be denied because we're not there. The only thing I want to see is vehicle enabled, and I know it is. I know, and we all know it is because we saw the ignition, injector, and everything going working good. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. I hope that this can help and save somebody's time when trying to add a key. Yes, you can do this with top-down tools. They're great. I am very happy. I have heard from others that are now visiting my videos that I have on the top-down Phoenix Max. Just good things. People are happy. Company response support is really good. I just hope that Top Gun steps up the game that from any other scanners around and gives this technician when they're going to update the tool a 2 years update and instead of the BS that every other company is doing that is just 1 year. It's a money paid for every technician. Come on. We all know that technicians are the ones are paying for the tools. Technicians are the ones are paying for this. So don't nick and dime the person that have the less income in the system. Try to help technicians. We all know that this is just software. You're selling thousands of tools. You can make it. I'll tell Snapples, they're just money pits company. Tap on, make the difference. Show everybody that you're the best and you can do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.